So, hey everybody. Today I want to talk to you about something sort of interesting that I was a part of. So you'll hear me promote the subreddit page for adult bedwetting every now and then. There's also a link to that subreddit page at the top of my subscription bar on my homepage here on my channel. But I just think it's a really good resource for anyone out there who's really, wants to talk to other people other than people in the comments or just listening to my own story, blah, 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 blah. So I just think that promoting that subreddit is just super important. I like checking it out every now and then. I also post stuff there every now and then. But about a few months ago, there was this post from a independent student team researching incontinence products in Sweden. The thing is that they found this subreddit page and they posted their spiel on it saying that we really would like to get your input on this, like do this survey, fill it out, and then we'll get back to you if we want to conduct an interview. They really just wanted to get people's input on incontinence products from all over the world, I guess, and they just happened to be a small team of students in Sweden who were conducting this kind of interview. So there were like no posts or no comments or posts after that, but I was intrigued enough to fill out the survey and go through what they wanted me to do, because why not? So because this was a few months ago, I hadn't exactly forgotten about it, but after doing the survey, they were just like, do you want to get contacted? If you do, could you fill out an email so we can contact you, and then would you like to be part of a like Skype interview sort of thing? So that's what I filled out, and I was like, sure, we'll see if this happens, kind of thing. And obviously things take time, but they were aiming to interview people in January, so at the very end of January I got an email from them saying that they wanted to still go ahead and conduct an interview. So I was like, ooh, okay, cool. So I actually just had the little Skype voice chat interview a couple hours ago, and I just wanted to kind of go over what we talked about and why I think this is kind of cool and important and something you guys might want to try out as well. There's only a few people on the team, so just a bunch of students that were interested in doing, I guess, a survey and finding people who know more about just incontinence products and how they deal with it and what kind of opinion they have on them. So I would say I know a little bit about them just from what I've tested and shown you guys on my channel, and I think that it was super interesting. So the questions were really based on in the survey, which I will link as long as it's still active, which as of right now it is. I'm not sure if they're still doing interviews, but I'll link it down below. The survey really consisted of questions about how, if you are incontinent, and if so, do you use products, and so what kind of products do you typically use, and then you list like you follow the prompts that they have, and like if you like products, what would you prefer in your products? So like for me, I personally think that having absorbency is the probably biggest thing in my case. They also talked about things that I never really considered before, and one of them was like environmental effects. So if you have throwaway diapers and stuff like that, like what kind of impact on the environment do you think that has, and does that affect you, and what kind of like all these sorts of questions, and cost versus quantity and quality and all that stuff. So it was more thought that I had put into my own sort of research and my own sort of opinion on adult incontinence diapers than I'd ever done before. And I was telling my mom about this a few days ago, and from what she told me, kind of sort of surprised me, was that I guess you're not technically, and maybe this is just a Canadian thing or just where I live kind of thing, but you're not technically allowed to throw out diapers. I don't know what you're supposed to do with them. They're not supposed to go in landfills though. I didn't know that. I didn't have a clue that, maybe that's not true anymore, but it has to be. Like that sounds like it would be a terrible place, or a terrible thing to have, is throw out diapers all the time. But what are we to do? Like there's baby diapers and all kinds of diapers out there, so like I don't understand what you're supposed to do with them. So I didn't look up or fact check that at all, but she said that you're not allowed to throw out diapers. They're not supposed to be put in landfills. And she didn't know what you're supposed to do with them either, because this doesn't really apply to her anymore. But she was just like, yeah, that was just something that you're not supposed to do. So also, like, there just is a huge impact on the environment, and I just had no idea. So that may be something I'll look into a little bit more. I know that there's been a comment or two about environmental impacts from adult diapers and just disposing of them. So anyways, it just never really like clicked. Like, I never really took that into consideration when purchasing diapers. So anyway, my biggest thing was that I think that a diaper should be absorbent. And also like the fit of a diaper. And there's just like, there's so much to know about like the quality and the way incontinence products work. And there's so much thought put into each like type of brand. And I was just, from hearing from you guys and just from comments and emails and everything, and just even doing the survey alone, like there's just been so much, like my mind has been open to like this world of adult diapers that I didn't really know existed. And like even just sacrificing fit for the fact that you need to have absorbency, like you don't always get both. So that's why a lot of the time I think the adult diapers are just very square and like rectangular. They don't really have a lot of shape to them. And I know that to me that causes problems because I'm not a square, and I don't like, they leak sometimes. So like I just usually put something like more underwear or pants on top to keep them close to my body. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration when you're looking for an adult diaper that suits you the best. So they asked me what kind of brands I used, if I have a secondary brand. He also asked me if I like sacrifice a certain type of thing to get the brand I like, or how much it costs per week. So for me, I kind of averaged it out as what I cost per month and then broke it down to weeks. So I would say for me, an average cost is 50 to 60 Canadian dollars. So not only do I use diapers at night, I use like a pad during the day because I have overactive bladder, so it affects me during the day. So combining, like, because packs, they come in like, diapers tend to come in packs of 20 or 30, and pads tend to come in packs of like 30 or 40 depending on the pad, I guess. So I was saying how I would average that a month, if I was to do these costs on a monthly basis, it would be about 50 to 60 dollars Canadian. And then because like the Tena diapers that I buy are usually about 50 bucks, I think, with tax. And with the pads, I would say like a pack of pads is probably about $15 for about 40 pads. So if you like just kind of combine it all, just add it up to 60. So, and then divide that by 4 weeks, you've got like 15 to 20 bucks a week, sort of something like that. That's what I told him, at least. So he was interested to know that. And then he was also wondering what, like I said earlier, like what kind of purposes I would prefer the brands that I buy to have. And like I still stand by the fact that I prefer absorbency over cost. Like I would prefer to buy the best diaper possible in a pack of like 20 or 30, nothing close to like only buying like 10 or 12 for a pack that would cost the same amount. But I would prefer a larger amount of diapers for probably about maybe $2 per diaper even. And then I would prefer that over the fact that it would be, fit. I would still prefer it to be more absorbent. And I prefer that over, obviously, fit, cost, and, I guess convenience even, too, because you can't buy this stuff in store. That was something I told him as well. For those of you who live in the States, you have, I think, probably the most amount of convenience in purchasing stuff like this. Websites, even, I was even saying that even just knowledge of adult diapers is kind of on like low, because I personally didn't really know a lot about it until I started this channel. And then also there's not, like when you even go to websites like the ones I use in Canada, they're all geared towards the elderly people. Like it does that makes sense, but you kind of want to, like I personally would, I think that just sort of like is off-putting, because like I wouldn't want to, I would just sort of, like I just sort of thought of it and I was like, but they're gearing it towards elderly people, which makes sense, but at the same time, like, why would I want to buy that product? Anyways, you have so much choice in, like, the States. Like, Canada has a lot of choice, but it's still very expensive, and you cannot really purchase certain brands because of the fact that they either don't ship to Canada, or if they do, the shipping is stupid. And even then, there's like wait lists and stuff like that. Like you have to have the stuff available, and there's just not a lot of stores in my area. Like even though I live in Ottawa and I have access to a lot of things, like I happen to live in like a really well populated area, and I can go to Toronto or wherever whenever I need to, based on the stuff I've been doing, like traveling. Like I went to one store in Mississauga that was a life quality or supply store sort of thing, and they didn't have the size of stuff I wanted nor the product that I wanted. They had a lot of the products, like just regular like Poise and Tena, like stuff I could buy online but don't have to, and apparently they still didn't have the TenaFlex size that I like, because or in trial size. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent right now, but essentially I was just trying to say that based on where I live, even though I live in Canada, there's still not a whole lot of selection for really high quality products at a really good cost. So which I guess based on wherever you live, that's probably going to be an issue regardless, but just based on what I know, I can't really order from every single website that you guys suggest to me, because it's not going to work out, it's not convenient, and they don't ship to Canada. So anyways, I'm stuck between two different websites that I use, which I've talked about before, which is healthwick.ca and then hcomfort.ca. And they just happen to be the most cost effective and most efficient for getting me diapers. It took 25 minutes, so we talked on voice chat on Skype for 25 minutes, and he asked me about a lot of well, he started off by asking me about who I am, what my like upbringing was, and how long I've had incontinence, and like where I live, and just things like that. They're just like wondering asking me more about like the demographic I am and whatever, all that sort of stuff, which I was happy to talk about. Obviously that's all I talk about on my channel, so it wasn't like a big deal. Like I don't mind telling him about my life, and like I'm pretty much an open book. So I can imagine those kind of questions would be a little bit more tricky with someone who doesn't really talk about this openly. So I wonder how the other participants in the survey did. But at the end of this interview, he said that I would get like another email with some sort of chart, and also I guess I would just tick off a couple boxes, maybe another like end survey to see how I did, or to see how I liked it. I don't know, but he just said that I would get another email, and I imagine there will be some sort of chart, and they'll sort of send us information based on what everyone who participated said. So I'll be interested to know that. Of course, if anything is worth sharing, I'll definitely share. But it was interesting. I'm glad it came to fruition, though. I wasn't sure if this was going to be like, I don't want to say scammy, but it just was like, they were just such an awkward group of people, which is totally fine. It just was definitely something, if I see more of these kind of surveys, I just don't mind taking part of. I think if you guys want to as well, you could check out the survey. Also, comment below if you think that there's any particular thing that you guys want in your purchases of adult incontinence products. Like, what do you think that you would prefer overall? Like, to me, I still think that absorbency and well, not necessarily convenience, but absorbency is just the biggest thing in my opinion, is to have something that'll be as absorbent as possible. And like, I'm not really looking for like a desired style or anything like that. Like, fit is great, but also convenience is great, but definitely having something that's high absorbency that I can sort of depend on is what I kind of aim for. So yeah, that was my day so far. I thought I'd share. Like I said, I'm interested to know what you guys think about this sort of stuff. If it bothers you about certain products. Like for me, I also said this in the interview, I said I don't like the reason why I like the TenaFlex so much is because it gives me a lot of chance to like retry putting it on, and they fit and they go up highest on my body. Like, I don't like the ones that just kind of like fit around you just like a regular sized underwear. Like, these ones are very big, and I like that because they have the highest absorbency to me. But like with the belt style of the TenaFlex, I'll hold this one up just for example, is because when you take it off, you have like these tabs, or this belt. Whoops. Okay, you have this belt that goes around your waist, and they have like these cool, I don't know, like Velcro, I guess it's kind of closest to Velcro. It's not like sticky. What you're supposed to do is just like attach it like that, and then it's attached, but you can like also take it off, and it's like super, once it's on, it's like once you've really stuck it on, it's on, but like it's super, that is the cool, I like that the most. Like that's why I like the TenaFlex. Also, I hate the fact that with the regular tab style diapers is that you have to, you've got like tape and then, or whatever, like this super adhesive stuff. Just the way like my body is shaped, like I can't, like, I don't know, the way I reach beside me to get it to come across, I always end up ripping. I start with one side, and then by the time I get to the other side and pull it across, I end up ripping it off entirely. And not that like there's always two on either side, right? So if I rip one side off, then I've got only one remaining, and it's just a pain in the butt. And I really like this. I really like the TenaFlex style. Like it's got this super strong, like cloth style belt. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it's called. Like I've kind of worn, like just by pulling at it, I wore it away a little bit at the top. But there's so much give here. Like I could pull really hard on it, and it just stretches a little bit, and it's not gonna rip. So that to me just makes the most sense. Like it's durable. Like I know it's gonna fit me the rest of the night, and I can pull it up as high as I want or whatever. Like it feels comfortable, and that's what I started saying to him. Like I hate when the tapes just break on you, but I really prefer this like cloth style of diaper. Anyways, I hope that wasn't like too much information, but I just wanted to share that with you. I thought that participating in this was kind of cool. And I'm glad they reached out to me again, like in the end of January to do this interview. And yeah, so I hope you liked today's video. Hopefully I'll be able to put up a new one on, I still aim for doing one video a week, but sometimes I get a little busy and I do things. I really love uploading videos, but I have other stuff to do and I hate that. Anyways, comment down below about what you think about the survey and what you think about adult diapers in general. I love reading your comments and conversing with you guys, so if you want to do that, that'd be great. And yeah, so I will hopefully see you guys next week. If I can put up another video, which I probably will. Oh, I think I'm getting my wisdom teeth removed. This coming Friday, I'm getting my wisdom teeth, all four, not 8. All 4 of them removed all at once. And there's nothing wrong with my teeth. I actually have great teeth, I think. It's just that the fact is that I can't reach back to, this is just an aside, but I can't reach back to clean them. Like I guess that's the biggest problem with most people and wisdom teeth and stuff. With your toothbrush, you can't really reach back to clean them as well. So it's just a pain in the butt. So since I've got work benefits, I'm going to use them because they renew in March, and I'd rather just get them out of the way. So I'm going to get all 4 teeth removed, and I will, that's happening on Friday. So I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off, because Monday is a holiday here in Canada, or in Ontario. It's called Family Day. So I've got a few days off in a row, so I thought I would just get some teeth pulled. So why not? As long as I'm not like a puffy little chipmunk and I can talk, I will try to upload a video next week. And if you guys want to see my wisdom teeth life, then I shall share that as well, which I might just do on Instagram anyway. If you're not following me on Instagram, please do. I love posting videos on my little Instagram story and sharing my life there. I just have such a fun time. I don't care if anyone laughs at me, I laugh at me. So anyways, yeah, I've gone on for too long, but I will see you guys next week, hopefully, and if not, I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye!